Hold up, sipping on the juice, pour up, nothing bad for the do. So what, yeah. I put sauces above me up in my cup, yeah. Feeling wavy, it's crazy hard for the function. Pull up late, hard to give a speech at the function. They know I'm drunk up my ass, and I smoke way too much gas. Keep my enemies closer than who I...
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Creative Business Innovation Podcast. I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful that you guys have decided to join me here on another Friday to talk about creativity, business, and innovation. Now, today I want to talk about where creativity and business meet. And that's commonly when you do something creative like music and you have to organize things, business things, events. And I'm just going to say event planning is really hard and it's not for everybody. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of difficult conversations you have to have with people, and it can be very trying. It's something I want to start dabbling in now, planning events, orchestrating things. And I just want to say I was able to plan an artist weekend, which was really cool. I got an engineer to come. I got my boys. I got my girl. We all had a crazy weekend. It was great. Everybody pitched on the B&B. We were able to bring most of the equipment. I actually forgot one of the cords that was really essential to the whole thing, which threw a lot of that out of balance. And I just want to talk about how that one thing was so stressful, because at the end of the day, we had to record music, right? That was the whole purpose of doing it. But we didn't have the cord. So now we get there and we're trying to record and the cord's missing. So I was like, oh man, we got to go to Long and McQuaid and we got to figure out where we're going to get this cord from. And man, I mean, it was so stressful. We ended up getting the cord, but it cost us so much time. And it's time that we were paying for. And I guess it just goes to show you that when you're event planning and something small goes wrong and the event planner seems like they're pulling their hair out and they're going crazy, well, it's because this sometimes leads to a domino effect, and it can sometimes really disrupt the whole flow of the business activity that's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be creative, but it starts to weigh on us. It starts to feel so stressful. And nobody really talks about how stressful it is. I mean, you got people who say they're going to do something and they don't do it, or say they're going to show up, they never show up. You got some people arguing over something small when there's a bigger picture going on. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts to planning an event, and they need to get their flowers, these event planners, okay? That's all I'm saying. Because personally, just doing that small event, that small artist weekend, there was so many moving parts. And there was so many things that could have gone wrong. I mean, like millions of things. And it was a great location. I mean, we got this nice little spot. It had this crazy vibey backyard. The whole thing was Dragon Ball Z themed, which was really cool because me and my friends were anime heads. So, you know, we loved that. We loved how there was Dragon Ball Z pictures in the middle of the living room. Like, it was pretty cool. It was like Capsule Corp, everything. Like, it was pretty cool. And, you know, we had fun. And at the end of the day, we may not have gotten a lot of music done. We did get a couple songs done, don't get me wrong. But I think the bond that we formed and the time that we spent together was the most meaningful part, because it made us get creative together in this way that boosted the creativity. And the song that we made is pretty good. It's actually, I love it. You know, I didn't necessarily love my part at the time. It grew on me because I was really stressed during this time, right? Because I was the one planning the whole thing. So I was kind of feeling a lot of pressure, and that event planning pressure that we were talking about, I was feeling that, and it was tough, but I overcame that through just vibing with everybody, laughing, joking, and having a good time. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what we started doing this for? Didn't we start making music just having a good time? Well, at least that's how I started. I just started freestyling in the basement, just writing music, trying to not just have a good time, but trying to express myself. I think that was the main underlying thing, is just the freedom of expression that comes with being an artist. But now it's like this freedom of expression also has to have a business aspect to it. So I also have to be organized. I also have to be disciplined. I also have to make sure that things run as smoothly as possible. And the bottom line is, guys, in event planning and in business, things don't always run smoothly. Actually, most of the time you have a problem to fix. And I guess the best people who are able to do this whole business thing are the people who are able to solve those problems and solve them efficiently. The point of the matter being that problems will always exist within business and sometimes music too, creativity. I mean, you might have a line or a verse that everybody else thinks is amazing, but to you it's just not the best work. And you go back and you redo it and you keep redoing it. And as you work hard, eventually it becomes something greater. As you keep doing it, as you keep repeating it, eventually you get that one take that you're like, wow, I'm so glad that I kept redoing this. I'm so glad I went back, and I'm so glad that I refined my craft. Now, I want to say today that creativity and business are alike in this way. Because with business, you could have a way that you're doing something that works fine, but there's always a way to do something that works better. And I guess the reason why creativity and business are so similar is because it's the pursuit of being the best that you can be. For me, I want to be the best possible artist I can be. I want to make the best music that I can. I want to find better ways of attacking things. I want to find better melodies. I want to be the best version of me. And the same thing can be said for a business owner. They want to be the best version of themselves for their customers, for their employees, and for themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think it's actually important to be that way in order to scale any successful business, same way it is important to be that way to scale as an artist. And this comparison is very important to make because artists and business owners are alike in many ways. Because as an artist, you're an entrepreneur, but you're dedicated to your own craft. You're building yourself is your own brand and it's your own product. The music is the product as well, but you have to build yourself to be the type of person that can get it done. Just like an entrepreneur has to build himself to be the type of person who can do the thing that he needs to do. He needs to be able to crunch the numbers. He needs to be able to think of what could go wrong. And when the things do go wrong, he needs to be able to answer those problems. He needs to be able to come up with a solution. And it's the same thing for both. Now, innovation comes in where you have to be able to innovate in both spaces. If I'm an artist, I have to be able to innovate and come up with new ways of attacking a song or attacking a beat. If I'm a business owner and I come up with an innovative way of doing something that's more efficient and that's more convenient for the customer, I'm going to have more business. I'm going to have more traction. That is going to speak for itself. And it's definitely a simile between these two things. And I love that. And I love making that comparison. And I think if we think of music more as a business and we understand that our creativity that inspires so many can be refined and can be delivered in a more positive way and a more efficient way, then you're going to be more successful in the long run. You may not see it right away. It may not be evident, but as you keep going and as you push forward, eventually you're going to see the benefit. You're going to reap the benefit of that. And it's going to be life-changing. So I submit to you today, find a way to bring your creativity into a more business-oriented light and find a way to refine your craft in that way, and you'll thank me later. I appreciate all the love and I appreciate all the support. This podcast has been difficult to maintain, and we're just getting into the video content now, and it's been a crazy ride. I mean, it's not easy, man, but I love doing it, and I love refining it, and it's something that I'm going to keep getting better at, but I just have to keep going. You know, through the ups and downs, through setbacks and through different things, you have to just keep pushing forward. And this is what I love to talk about on Instagram as well. It's the tenacity. And it's something that is the same between business and creativity. That tenacity, that willingness to push through all adversity, that willingness to keep going, to move forward and to accelerate. Because you can't just stay put. You got to accelerate. You got to build off of your own momentum. And you got to keep going no matter what. And the enemy of that is complacency. Like if you get comfortable, you're too comfortable. You don't want to build. You don't want to get better. You don't want to excel. And this is why I'm so scale oriented. My mind just thinks of how can I do this at a bigger level? What does that look like? And I think one day it's going to pay off. Some people might call me crazy. You know, I call myself an entrepreneur. So we'll see how it goes. And I appreciate every single one of you. I think everybody on this podcast and who's listening to me right now has something to take away and has some kind of positivity they can derive from what I'm saying. And I'm telling you right now, if you guys listen to what I'm saying and you guys apply some of it, it will help you in the long run. And hopefully it'll help me too. Because just doing this, just talking to you guys, just being able to soundboard some of my ideas, it's really helped me formulate some of the ways that I want to approach music. It's helped me formulate the ways that I want to approach business and everything that I'm doing. So I have to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to speak about the things that I'm speaking about and for opening your ears and opening your hearts so that we can go get creative together. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys excel in whatever it is that you do, and I'll see you in the next episode. This has been the Creative Business Innovation Podcast. I'm so thankful for every single one of you. And if any of this has touched your heart or moved you in any type of way, donate to the page, join the Patreon, support us, and let's go get creative together.
Cause I miss, gotta chase